Interesting. If you want to read the book, that's the name of it, China Study. It's a really good read. Other foods that are going to be anti-inflammatory, that's going to decrease inflammation, nuts and seeds, so almonds and walnuts. You probably notice peanuts is not on here. Broccoli, cauliflower, so the green leafy vegetables, spinach. Cauliflower is considered a green leafy vegetable, even though it's white. It still is considered in the same category. Garlic has a lot of properties as far as detoxifying the body. Deep sea fish has omega-3 in it. Blueberries, cherries, kiwi, tomatoes. So these are going to fall under the category of foods with high amounts of antioxidants. And so if you'll see some of the juices that are on the market, like noni juice or I can't remember, there's a bunch of them. You'll probably see them advertised all over the place. The key to those juices is that they're loaded with antioxidants. And the antioxidants we're going to learn about a little bit more when we talk about chemicals. Antioxidants are really good at offsetting chemicals in our body or getting rid of free radicals that are from pollution. And so there is merit to all those different juices, but it basically comes down to they're loaded full of antioxidants, and antioxidants are going to be really good at detoxifying our body and helping to offset free radicals. So if we're under a constant amount of pain, we have a lot of free radicals, and the more antioxidants we can put in our body, the better. Vitamin C is a really good source of antioxidants. So the more colorful the fruits and vegetables, the more antioxidants we get. Other things that are going to help to neutralize the pH level are minerals. So specifically magnesium and calcium. If you can't get enough from the food, if you can add those in from supplements. The soils used to be loaded full of all these minerals, but as we overproduce, overfarm, we start to lose some of the minerals. So if you just take the mineral and the nutrient content of a carrot now versus a carrot 30 years ago, there's much less than half the amount of nutrients that are in a carrot now than what there used to be. So it's coming down to we don't have the same amount of nutrients in the soil as what we used to. So what other minerals are going to help? Vitamin D is one that really is a major one for people with fibromyalgia. And the best way to test this is to do a blood test. Go into your doctor, have your vitamin D levels checked. Most people that have fibromyalgia are going to find out that vitamin D levels are low. And unless you're taking a vitamin D supplement in the middle part of the country, in Minnesota, we're probably going to be low. We don't make any vitamin D between like October and March or April because the sun's not even at the right angle to get us enough UV exposure to even make vitamin D. So normal levels should be around 50. If you do the blood test, as long as we're at 30, they're going to say that we're normal. People with fibromyalgia usually are even showing up with below 20. So very important to check that one. Iron is also important to carry oxygen. That's an easy test. That's hemoglobin test. And then obviously add calcium in is good. So omega-3, grain and this is saying, it's hard to see. Grain and omega-6 fats are processed foods. These are very inflammatory. So in our body or in our diet, we basically need two different kinds of essential fats. There's omega-6 fat and there's omega-3 fat. We should have a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats. And that's what it used to be before we started overproducing our food and processing our food. The trouble is with grains, especially processed grains, and omega-6 fats come from vegetable oils and sunflower oil and safflower oil. So a lot of oils that are used to process foods and cook processed foods are loaded with omega-6 fats. The omega-6 fats are very inflammatory. Omega-3 fats are very anti-inflammatory. So we need a balance of those. A lot of people in the United States have a 20-to-1 ratio as far as how far off they are. We want it to be more of a 1-to-1 ratio. So what kind of foods have omega-3 in them? That'd be like walnuts, flaxseed. Fish oil is the best source that you're going to get the best amount of omega-3 from. But it's also in animals that are free-range animals. So if you go to the store and you see the eggs that say contains omega-3, basically what's happening there, if the animal's eating what the animal's supposed to be eating, it's a free-range animal, as they eat the foods that they're supposed to eat, the grass, and they're going to create omega-3. We would eat those animals, and we get the omega-3 in our body. put an animal in a pen, keep it bound up, feed it corn and grain, the animal's going to have omega-6 fat in its body. We eat that animal, now we're getting omega-6 fat in our body. So a little difference between the different types of animals and how they're raised. So omega-3 fat decreases inflammation, helps with mood, and improves brain function. So if we're having trouble with anxiety or depression, omega-3 is one of the best things that we can add in. All the nerves have fat around them, surrounding them. So when kids are little, they say make sure they're getting enough fat. It's for brain development. Omega-3 is one of the most crucial ones, and it really is fish oil more so than the other flaxseed and almonds and that. You need about 20 times, or maybe be more than that. I think it's 200 times the amount of flaxseed oil to be the same as equivalent as omega-3 fish oil. So really important to bring in fish oil.
So when you're talking about inflammation, is it like enough inflammation to affect your SED rate and things like that?
Yeah, yeah.
So what if your SED rate is normal?
It would be, inflammation is going to show up in systemically throughout your whole body. So the less inflammation we can have, the better off that we're going to be. So sedimentation, SED rate is just one test.
One test.
Yep. But even if your SED rate was normal, you still will benefit from omega-3.
Okay, you still have inflammation, but it's just not like in your blood or something?
Yeah, it's going to be in the muscle tissue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but walnuts and flaxseed will still help, you just need more of them. But this is going to help to offset the pH. We already talked about pH, so this will help to offset the pH. Things with fish oil, unfortunately we know now that a lot of fish is contaminated, so we want to get a good source of fish oil, not one that's, so it should be third-party tested if we're taking it. The goal would be to take about 1 gram for every 100 pounds per day. So if we weigh 100 pounds, we need 1 gram of fish oil a day, which is EPA and DHA. That's what omega-3 is.
Does it say on the bottle if it's third-party tested?
If it is, it will say it.
Okay.
If it's not, it won't say it.
Okay. Yeah. So now this one you're recommending a supplement?
This one, yeah, this one I am recommending a supplement. You almost have to take this because it's almost impossible to eat enough fish that's clean and pure to get enough fish oil in your body. A couple good brands. Metagenics makes a good product, and then Nordic Naturals makes a good product. There's a few other good products out there, but
Dr. McCullough.
yep, he's got krill oil, and that should be a pretty good source of it. There's some talkings back and forth between people about which is the better one.